Hello friends, welcome to Discoveries in Mixed Media. Today we are going to make a really nice piece of aged mixed media artwork. As you can see, I am starting out with some coffee. I also have coffee grounds in this little tiny coffee cup that I have here. I wanted to show you that you can spread that coffee around with a spoon, or you can grab a brush and spread the coffee around on your paper with a brush. Now, when I mass make coffee dyed papers, I do not do it this way. It would take too long. I take all of my papers and I put them in a pan and I pour coffee on them and just let them soak, and that's how I mass make them. But if I'm just doing a small project and I just need one or two pieces of paper coffee dyed, this is a great way to do it. To add an extra element to your coffee dyed paper, go ahead and take some coffee grounds and put them on the paper and just let them sit. The paper will then soak in some of the richer color. Another fun thing that you can do to add some extra dimension and color to your paper is grab a cup. Now I grabbed, this is like a brandy glass, and I just popped it right on my ink pad, and you can see it put beautiful circles down on my paper. These look ready for me to just go ahead, clear off this paper, dump the coffee grounds in the trash, and I'll show you the finished paper. Well, it's not finished, but it's ready to be finished. Here it is. I think it looks great. It is a fantastic base for us to get started on our art piece. Today we are going to work this used tea bag into our creation. We have prepared our piece of paper, and now I just need to decide about layout. So I've got this tea bag. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with it. I was thinking it could be cool to do something strange, like put it over top of this frame and then maybe put this kid's picture underneath. So that would be something really, really different. Or, by the way, this cute little envelope was given to me by my friend Jennifer at Scrapbooks and Memories. And we could take the photo, put it in the envelope like this. I think that looks super cute, right? So we could do that. And then, and I might cut this down a size. You know what, let's start by cutting this down a little bit, because I don't want my palette to be so big that I can't fill it up. So that's something for you guys to think about when you're creating. If you have certain things like this I know I want to use, but it's not huge, it's pretty small, you can always cut down your base paper. All right, let's see how that does for us. All right, let's pretend this is up here. No, let's do it on this side. And then this was here like this. Maybe it goes across the page, and this goes here, and this goes here. What do you think about that? I still feel like we need something up at the top. Let me look around. Remember these? I think I used these a few videos ago. These are great. The color palette is perfect. So I think these could be really good, and I could put it like up here in this corner. Still feel like I need to do some stenciling actually on this paper here. So that's going to fill in some space, and then we can use one of these. Let me go grab a stencil. All right, I have a stencil here, and I think this is really going to bring this paper up to the next level. We'll stick with brown. There's going to be about 3, maybe 4 videos, and we're working with aging our papers. That's kind of the look that we're going for. So that's why I'm going to stick with the brown. I think this will be nice. It'll really fill in some of that space that just sort of looks empty. I think this is going to do the job for us. Oops, it shifted just a little bit. I'm going to put that right back where it was and continue on. I think I'm close enough. All right, let's check it out. See how that looks. Oh, I love it. I think that looks great. So good call on that. Now when we start to put things on the page, they're not going to look so much like they're just floating there, right? All right, so we can go across like this, which I think is kind of cool, and we could put that down with some matte medium, but we don't have to do that. We could go across like this, you know, and then just trim the corners when we're done. We'll just try a few different things. We've got this over here. Maybe this goes this way, and then the picture goes that way like that. Takes up a little bit of room. And then one of our stickers. So let's see. We have always, it's just a matter of time, believe, words of wisdom, and favorite things. I kind of like favorite things, and let's take it off of this because I'm going to add glue to it anyway. So if we had favorite things, then it could go right here. Could also go here if I move this over. Let's see, if I move this over here, if this is here, this is here, this is here, then this could go here. It makes a nice little spot for that. I think that looks kind of cool. What do you guys think? Now, the first thing we're going to do is get this on, and I think I liked it sideways. So let's go ahead and get that onto the page. I will use a foam brush and this matte medium. The ink has not been drying for very long, so it could smudge. So actually, because of that, and I'm glad I thought about that, I don't want the ink to smudge. So I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to get the matte medium on it over here, and then I'll transfer it over to that piece of paper. And now I'm just adding a little bit more. I don't care if this thing wrinkles up. It adds a little texture. That's perfectly fine with me. Just want it to stick down. Okay, I think we got it. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, we're going to go this way with the envelope. All right, I got the glue on the envelope. I'm going to pop that onto the page. I have these scraps of paper from a collage that I recently did, and there's just these little torn scraps, and I was thinking it might be cool to add some here and there on the page. So let's do that real quick before we add anything else. Right, now it is time to add the photo of this young man. This was actually an image that was given to me by Penny's Crafty Creations. I'm pretty sure it was Penny, and it was in a swapping glue. And I thought, oh man, that's such a great image. And I knew I wanted to use it in a project. So let's see, let's do this right here. I like that. I think I like that. I'm not going to press that down yet until I get this on, and then I'll know if I want to change the direction some more. All right, favorite things. Let's do this right here. I like that. Okay, that's fantastic. So yeah, I think I'll scooch this over a little bit and tuck it down in the envelope a little bit, but I like it. Okay. Okay, this is looking really good. All right, now I'm going to go around the edges with the black ink. I'm going with the black just for a super intense look. And then if I want to go in with the brown, I can, just to like if I want to go in deeper. But I'm starting with the black just to see how it looks. And I do think I'll come in with the brown as well. But let's get this on first. I'm just going to very lightly touch this envelope, just to bring out, or just to dampen down some of the brightness. There we go. Hit the corners a little bit. What do you guys think of this piece? I love the way this turned out. It's still drying a little bit, but let me give you a close-up of it. Here's the top. You can see the sticker, this piece of paper we added, the stenciling. The tea bag is actually under there. You can see it adds some richness and color. Then the little tiny envelope in the picture. What do you guys think of it? I really, really like how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you got something from it, perhaps picked up a new tip. If there's anything that you want me to do in Discoveries of Mixed Media, let me know. There's so much that can be done in mixed media. So if something comes to mind and you want me to do it, just let me know. Well, my friends, thanks for watching. See you soon.